It's a privilege to be here. We're the warm-up group tonight. Uh, and and we're all going to come together in the end and have a dectet. It's one of my, those of you, anybody here take chemistry? Oh, good. So you know it's octyl nonal decyl, right? It's methane, ethane, propane. Enough of that. I get bored just thinking about it. We're going to open tonight's program with a song called A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square. And you have programs, and I thought that you should know that it's not pronounced Berkeley unless it's up in Northern California. In England, it's Barkley. Also a good name for a dog, Barkley. So please enjoy. Hey, they liked it. Thank you. Next song up is a song whose name changed after it was written. It was written and called In Other Words, which is part of the lyrics of this song, even though the name changed. Now it's called Fly Me to the Moon, and it was written by Bart Howard. He dedicated it to an old friend of his. And we hope you enjoy Fly Me to the Moon. In other words. Thank you. This is the first job I think I've ever had where I had to use both hands. Thank you for bearing with me. Now, let me see what's up. Tico Tico no Fubá. Anybody here speak Brazilian? I know Paul speaks Brazilian, right? so he would know what this meant. Tico Tico no Fuba means, look, there goes Edna with the saxophone. Oh, actually, I think it means there's some specific kind of sparrow that is in the cornmeal. You can look it up, because that's, right? There's my, if Kathy agrees with the mythwy, yeah, then we know we're on solid ground. Please enjoy that special kind of sparrow in your cornmeal. Thank you very much. Now we're going to play something very lover-like. It was written by a man that all of us brass players know, Ray Burkhart, excellent musician. He's gone to sing in the choir in Visibule, and he's playing trumpet somewhere up above. Meanwhile, his memory lingers through his music and through the professionalism that he brought to brass playing. And this is one of Italian postcards. He made a trip to Italy, and rather than send postcards, he wrote music. You got to do what you know. Tchaikovsky went there, and look what that got us, you know, the Capriccio Italian for the lovers of Tchaikovsky. Anyway, one of these Italian postcards is called Venezia, Lovers in a Gondola. And how many people here have been to Venice? Oh, yeah, what a place, huh? Romance, Lovers in Gondolas. Please enjoy. And now for something completely different. Now that we put you to sleep, we're going to wake you back up. In April of 1865, Robert E. Lee surrendered the Army of Northern Virginia to Grant. And in case you thought that would be the end of Robert E. Lee, later that year, the keel was laid in Indiana, in a shipyard in Indiana, for a ship, a steam-powered ship that would bear the name Robert E. Lee. And that ship was the biggest, fastest, most powerful, heaviest ship ever to sail the Mississippi up to that time. They set the record for New Orleans to St. Louis. I wrote it down, but it doesn't bear saying. Anyway, please enjoy waiting for the Robert E. Lee and join us as we take our Chevy to the levee and stand on the banks of the mighty Mississippi waiting for the Robert E. Lee. Sorry, I had to stop and do some plumbing there. It's all right, we have ShamWows here. Anybody here use ShamWows? Oh yeah, aren't they great? You wash them up, they're good forever. They're even good for cleaning up after April showers. Which, by the way, now you have programs, right? So I probably don't need to talk. I won't talk very long. I see my time's all up anyway. So please enjoy an Elkyr arrangement of April showers. Now we enjoy the May flowers. Please enjoy. Well, the leader of our group is Randy Jones. And well, I'm tail end Charlie anyway, so he went to England a few years back where he found out, has anybody here spent much time in England? Oh, okay, yeah, so you probably know that the name Randy means something different in England than it does here. In fact, Prince Andrew was christened Randy Andy when he was there because he was because he was. Anyway, so I wanted to have a song in this set that included something by another Randy and one that I'm sure you've heard of, Randy Newman. And I know he doesn't like short people, but I've never met him, so he doesn't know enough to not like me. So in any event, please enjoy Randy Newman's version of You've Got a Friend in Me, even though it's bad grammar. Well, shoot, we're coming up to the end. We're coming up to our ultimate song for the warm-up group here, and then we'll have the pros. We're the cons, I guess. Anyway, in 1974, Mel Brooks released a movie called Blazing Saddles. Everybody see that? Talk about Randy. There are some Randy scenes in that movie, I'll tell you. And, yes. No mention of her. Anyway, for those of you who, we're not going to talk about that scene. We're just going to. This is a church, and we have to behave ourselves. Although we'll be forgiven, right? Is that true? So I'll try not to refresh anybody's memory. Anyway. Well, we're going to rip right through this toot uncommon. Please enjoy. Was there a joke in there? Brian Sadler's arrangement that he calls Blazing Saddlers. Please enjoy. This should wake you up.
God, I hope so. Let's go. 2 beats, huh? And 2?
Thank you very much. Thank you. And now, let the real show begin.
Welcome to stand up and stretch a little. We'll be changing groups there. It'll just take us a couple, 3 minutes, but we'll have that instead of a big intermission.
Get started again if you'd have your seats.
Thank you very much. My name is Joan, and I'm the newest member of Amici Americani. That was by Raymond David Burkhart, and it was Toot, spelled T-O-O-T, which is a palindrome. And at measure 22, the whole song reversed to become exactly what it had been, telescoped. Would you like to hear it again? Yes or no? Tom? Yes. May I start?
Sure. You play it backwards?
We could play it back. Oops. We can play it backwards for you. Thank you. We continue with the music of Johann Sebastian Bach, with the art of fugue. Johann Sebastian Bach wrote many preludes and fugues, but from the art of fugue, we have a theme which you will hear being played throughout. Besides all of the fugal things and the eighth notes, you'll hear da 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 bum dee da da dee. So listen for that. That sometimes is turned upside down, sometimes it's inverted, sometimes it's backward, sometimes it's more fast. But from the art of fugue, we play Contrapunctus number 9.
the next tune we're about to play is a lovely tango written by Astor Piazzolla and was written by a friend of ours who lives in Orange County, Charlie Warren. It features the trombone, and when we played this at a previous concert, John Monroe, our trombone player, took a picture, we called it a trombone selfie. He had his music on his stand, he took the picture and posted it on Facebook. Well, Charlie Warren saw that picture, and the next day he sent to me an arrangement called, the first tune is Oblivion. So one day later, I received in the mail in Italy an arrangement of another piece called A Bolivian March, which is based on exactly the same chord changes, not quite the same melody, and not quite the same mood. So we're going to play Oblivion, followed by A Bolivian March.
My name is Mark, and I've been a member of this group for about 10 years. And our story goes back to my having friends in Italy and beginning to visit a fairly out of the tourist path part of Italy in Le Marche province on the Adriatic coast in central Italy. And I was going enough that I began to meet people in the town band, and I would go at Easter time, and they invited me to play in the band, and it was their big concert of the year, and after a while, they said, well, why don't you bring some friends over and play with us during our summer music festival? And so our group, the American Friends of the Brasses, or Amici Americani degli Ottoni in Italian, was born. And our next composer, Ray Burkhart, was a member of that group. And as you've heard from John Robinson, unfortunately Ray passed away a few years ago. Joan is now our next mentor in the group. But Ray came with us to play at that first concert now 10 years ago, and a product of his visit to Italy was a piece called Ricordi d'Italia, or Memories of Italy. And so we're going to play that piece, which is in 4 movements for you, and I think it's described pretty well in the program. One of the things that's come out of our visits there is a relationship between bands. We're kind of tied into the European band culture. Small towns there typically have bands, and they're really an integral part of the fabric of the communities. And we've found that Italian musicians are a lot like American musicians. They enjoy each other's company. They love to play with each other. Certainly our being here is a testament to that. Many of the people here we know through our music connections, and one of the reasons we're playing with the Ventura Brass Quintet is because of those connections. One of the things that's also come out of that is that we have, to kind of further the cross-cultural and international connection, have sponsored a student now and then to come from this small town in Italy and study for 2 weeks at the Humboldt Brass Chamber Music Workshop. And these students learn some really valuable skills of sight reading and playing in a small group that really help the band there with their improved musicianship. And so we are asking for donations to help fund that, and that's one of the reasons the donation baskets are out. So if you support that vision, we'd certainly appreciate your donations. And we want to thank Trinity Lutheran Church for supporting us here. That's been a whole new Trinity Presbyterian Church. Forgive me.
It's a Lutheran's tomorrow.
And we'll, I'm sorry, I play at a Trinity Lutheran Church in Bellingham, where I'm from, so that's the slip of the tongue. But thank you for hosting us, and we've made a whole bunch of new friends here on this trip, and it really is a testament to the international and universal language of music. Give me a moment. Oh, I should mention at least. Yeah. I didn't turn this off, so it's probably good they asked me to say something more. The first part of this is a fanfare. It's fairly brief, and then a piece called The Old Wall that was inspired by the stone wall around the little hilltop town that we were visiting. The third is called Bella Valentina, and Ray was enamored of Italian women and wrote a song kind of celebrating womanhood in Italy, and it's called Bella Valentina, and it's a sing-along. I think we've taught some of the members of the choir yesterday to sing that song, and they'll guide you. The words are really simple. Bella Valentina, Bella
Valentina.
You'll know the tune before we get there.
Yeah, okay. And then the last movement is a tribute to San Marco Cathedral, or in Venice, the home of Gabriele, and the Canzoni will play one of those at the end of the concert tonight.
Thank you very much. I'm John Monroe. I play the trombone. And our next tune is something from a year very much like this year. It's from 1967. It was a time of turmoil and lots of protests and so forth. And this song was written by George Weiss and Bob Thiele, who wanted to provide a more positive and loving image in music. And they also wanted to write a song for Louis Armstrong. And so they wrote this song. It's called What a Wonderful World. I heard it obviously in recordings, but I came aware of this version through a trombone quartet. Turns out there's a wonderful arranger named Gary Schlechter who writes arrangements for trombone quartets. He was the Iowa Jazz Educator of the Year in 2002. And he wrote a version for trombone quartet. Unfortunately, you're not going to get to hear that version tonight. You trombone players in the audience, you know what they're missing, right? So anyway, this is What a Wonderful World, arranged by Gary Schlechter for brass quintet.
Hello. Hi, I'm Tyler. I'm the horn player. And this last piece we're going to play for you as our quintet is called Bella Ciao. And we found this arrangement of it for the tour we did to Italy last summer. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the song. This is from Wikipedia, so I could be completely wrong, but I'm sticking to it. Bella Ciao, which means goodbye beautiful in Italian, is an Italian song dedicated to the partisans of Italy who fought against the invading forces of Nazi Germany and the fashion collaborationists of the Italian Social Republic between 1943 and 1945 during the Italian resistance and the liberations of Italy. And it's got 6 or 7 verses, and they're super repetitive, so I'm just going to read you. It's about 6 sentences long, so you know what the words are. One morning I awakened, and I found the invader. Oh, partisan, carry me away, because I feel death approaching. And if I die as a partisan, then you must bury me. Bury me up in the mountain under the shade of a beautiful flower. And all those who shall pass will tell me, what a beautiful flower. This is the flower of the partisan who died for freedom. You will not get a sense of that from the upbeatness of the tune, but I wanted to give you that thing. And this was arranged by a fellow named Bob Driggs, who I believe is in the Midwest. He does a lot of wonderful arrangements for brass quintet. So, Bella Ciao.
So the only thing we could follow this with is more and bigger brass. So give us a moment. We're going to double this ensemble, and we're going to blow the roof off of this.
How does this thing go? So we're playing the D, not the C, right? What? We're playing the fourth, not the fifth?
He's just proving that John.
I'm not contagious. because plumbing is important up here, I just wanted to take this opportunity to ask Linda to come forward for a second. None of this would have been possible unless Linda, because Linda is a yes person. And the committee that she brought the proposal to said yes. That we come to play music for you, and we so much appreciate it, Linda. And this is a card for you from us, from Amici Americani, and thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
You don't know anything else?
Wow. Thank you so much. It has been great.
Thank you all for
American
being
Friends
here.
of Brass and the Ventura Brass Quintet. One more time. Amen. So I'm blessed every Tuesday evening I'm blessed as I head out after a long day. Boy, the Ventura Brass Band is practicing practicing right here on campus, and it just sounds wonderful. So thank you always for that. And if you want to hear more of the brass right here, Sunday morning, join us. It'll be great. And so thank you so much for coming down. And thank you for donating as well for the free offering. We so appreciate it. One last thing, drive safely. The peace of God be with you. Amen.